I sign my soul on the dotted line.
We're here. You woke us up. Summer, and you suck. Action!
Hi, Simpson, and I'm the awesome, really awesome guy who's awesome and lit and dope. And so I have to introduce my brother Ben because I have to. Sadly, I know all you guys out there who are listening to this channel don't want that to happen, but it's to Ben.
Okay, shut up, Sam. Oh, and we're live from my bedroom, and we're for sale. And we're available. We can do parties, public parties, private parties, networking, and entertain you, too. So you can call us or email us or whatever you want to do. But first, I'm going to say that we're going to talk to one of the owners of Huff Gym. But we're not going to say her name yet, but we'll get to that. And we're going to talk to her about her boxing career. So first, we'd like to thank our sponsor.
416-398-TIRE. Call O'Neill for a deal. You can get some sweet tires with my face on it, maybe.
And we'd also like to thank
Hair by Heather. Get your free consultation today. You can get an awesome haircut just like me, which you would want, because I'm lit.
And we'd also like to thank
Out There with Melissa DeMarco on TV at 7 to 7:30 on City.
And you should check out their website too. And we'd also like to thank Huff Gym. You can box, exercise, do whatever you want, and have fun at the same time and be really buff. But first, we'd like to go to the
Song about me. It's Samson. He's so lit and dope. Yeah, everybody wants to be him because he's awesome and he likes cheese. And
theme song.
Theme song, theme song, theme song.
Me.
It's all
I like cheese balls. Yay. My cheese. I'm so lit and
Dad,
yeah,
you're
I'm
supposed to
awesome.
sing.
I'm awesome.
We're doing the
And lit.
bops, and you're doing the sing.
Ben, you are an bum.
Dad, you're supposed to sing. And we're supposed
I sign my soul on the dotted line.
Now we're back, and we're going to be talking to
Olga Rosa Heron from Huff Gym.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions about your career. First, starting off, why boxing?
Why not?
My dad predicted that you would have said that, so actually
He's a
explain.
wise man.
So,
I'll tell you why boxing. Well, boxing is great therapy. It helped me get through a pretty rough time in my life when I started boxing. And Andrew was my coach at that time. He's a great man. The program here at Huff is very user-friendly. So I came from a ballerina dance background, and it was very easy for me to come in and learn boxing and take part in the program. And once I started to hit the bag, the relaxation I felt after the workout and the calmness I got after the workout was really nice. It wasn't even so much the workout until I stepped into the ring, and then the adrenaline rush that you get when you're in the ring and the level of fitness that you experience when you're in there is just undescribable. I mean, your dad knows. He's been taking the classes. You guys even know, right? You've taken some of the classes. You feel really good afterwards. It's a great way to get some cardio in there and add fitness into your daily life without the risk of getting hit. So Andrew's made the program really easy for anyone from 5, 6 years old to 65, 70 years old to come in and experience boxing.
yeah, it's also really good that sometimes when you have a skill, you can actually use it to something else also. Coming to my next question, to estimate your age, like when did you start boxing?
Are you trying to estimate my age?
No, you estimate your own age, like if you're not sure.
I started boxing, I took it up between 19 and about 18 and 20 years old, I guess it was. I must have been around 18, 19, in and around there in my life, but I'm not going to tell you how old I am, so I won't tell you how many years ago that was.
Okay, so next question. For boxing here, is it a family business?
It sure is. What do you think?
I guess.
You guess so. My sister and me and her husband and my husband are brothers. So you got 2 sisters and 2 brothers in the facility, and we like to bring our family into the gym. So it is very family friendly to come into Huff, and We have our family classes on the weekend, so it's an opportunity for the children and adults to work out together. We like to promote that, coming in together and working out together. And it's not too often you see families even having dinner around the table anymore. So if we can put something into life now where families can get together and do something together, why not?
Okay, next question. When you're boxing in the ring, can you estimate like the biggest audience that you were boxing in front of?
On television or in real life?
Well, real life then television.
I don't even know. I guess, would it be Edmonton? I'm real life. Well, I fought at the Hershey Center. I fought in New York. I fought on TV. The biggest audience was probably the TV audience when I fought on pay-per-view in Canada. It was the first all-female card that they ever put on television, and it was broadcast also in the States. On the Man's channel back then it was called, and there was a lot of viewers. I could get those numbers for you. You might be able to look it up on the internet. Google these days might have that kind of stuff, but that was by far the biggest show that I remember being on, whether it was live audience was real or just the TV audience included in that.
If you needed to say, if you said one thing about people who want to be boxers, like when they grow up or something, what would it be for people listening?
Wow, discipline and dedication. 2 words. You need to be focused on it. It's not something you could take it up as a hobby for fitness, but if you want to compete at it, it takes a lot of time in life. Some boxers work out 2-3 times a day by the time you add their road work and strength training in there, and then their boxing conditioning, sparring. It's you need dedication, definitely, and discipline.
Okay, last question. I've heard that there are different times that you can come in at Huff Gym. Can you tell us now?
Sure, we have classes at 6:15 a.m. twice a week, 12 noon 3 times a week, 7 p.m. 5 days a week, 9 p.m. twice a week, and our weekend classes are at 10 a.m. We also provide like women's only classes and youth classes. If someone want to come and work out by themselves, that's at 6 p.m. twice a week. You can check our schedule out on our website at www.huffboxing.com or www.huffgym.com. And Huff is HUFGYM.
Also, I forgot to ask, what does Huff mean?
Well, back in the day, it used to stand for Heron Ultimate Fitness, Heron being our last name. That was one of the first gyms my husband had. And from there, whenever we went to boxing shows, they couldn't really pronounce Heron very well, so they started to call the boxing team Huff. And that's where Huff kind of sprung up from, and it stuck with us.
Okay, now those are all my questions. Now to Sam with reading stuff.
Okay, hello. I'm going to ask you some questions about books and stuff.
Books? Oh, okay.
Okay.
See how I do on this category.
What's your favorite book?
The Bible.
Okay, I guess I'm
That's
gonna.
a smart man.
Okay. What's your favorite author?
Jesus Christ. It'd be God. My favorite author. I don't read a lot of books. I only really do read the Bible when I get a chance to read. I remember reading when I was in school. So I just the Holy Spirit would be my favorite author.
Wait, have you wrote a book, or are you planning to write a book?
We have had people come through our gym that have sat down with us to write a book. We published a small one. It was more of a photo type of book with smaller, literature in it. I don't know, maybe something one day, whatever God's will is. I think maybe more of a movie than a book I'd be interested in writing. But I like to write life and just live it every day.
Okay, now these are the questions not about books anymore.
Perfect.
So, what's your favorite video game?
Oh, wow, it's been a while. Any race car game. Anyone. My favorite, definitely.
What's your favorite sport?
Well, boxing, but to watch, be boxing as well. Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, that's a tough one. I have a lot. Like snack food or food?
Does, like, any type?
Chocolate.
Okay, what's your favorite Pokemon?
I don't have one. I don't totally understand Pokemon yet. My son has those, and they're trying to teach me about it, but I can't say I have a favorite Pokemon.
Okay, so
Is there a
no,
boxing?
no. What's your favorite thing to do?
There's a boxing Pokemon? Then that's my favorite one, the boxing Pokemon. There you go.
I forget his name though.
But we don't need his name. That's okay. That's all right. What was that last question?
What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is spend time with my family.
Okay, now it's on to Kanan with Kanan.calm.
Right on.
Calm.
I'm talking about things art.
Art.
About art.
Okay. Abstract art? Abstract art?
Any art.
Okay, let's talk.
What's your favorite color?
Ooh, my daughter asked me this question like a couple of days ago, and I don't really have a favorite color. But anything in the purple tones I like.
Like what shade that makes you feel good?
Oh, purple. I like purple. Purple's nice.
And why?
Why? Like you said, it makes me feel good. No, it looks nice. It's there's the color right there. You see it? It's nice and shiny sometimes. All the colors are nice though.
So my next question is, what's your favorite number?
Number 4.
Why?
Since I was like about 10 years old, I've liked the number 4. I can't remember why, but it always stuck with me. You know, when you have 4, you don't need any more.
What's your favorite type of art?
My favorite type of art, the art of pugilism. That would be the art of boxing.
So, how much do you? What's your favorite movie? As a
Oh.
type of art?
Favorite movie of all time? Footloose. It's been since I was, it's Footloose. There's
Why?
some good ones out there these days, but just since I was younger and I watched Footloose, I used to dance. I liked all the dancing that went on in Footloose. The music was cool.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is called Awesome God.
Why?
It has awesome lyrics and it's very uplifting. And our God is an awesome God.
Now back to my dad.
Right on.
All right. Well, these are my children.
Right on.
Yeah, and we hang out anyways. The goal, of course, was just to hear what's on their mind and to tell people, I want to hear what's going on. And they actually bring up some questions that they didn't really follow up on. So the artist, Kanan.com, dancing's an art, and so is boxing.
Yes.
They're both actual sports as well.
Yeah, I find it kind of hard to believe they put dancing in as a sport.
It is. It's an Olympic sport now, so you can
I
either
heard that,
go,
yeah.
you can go in. I'm in 2 categories this year in the Olympics. I'm ballroom dancing, and right after that, I'm going to beat the crap out of her. It's a 2 for 1.
Why not?
First you dance, other than just beat the crap out
Yeah.
of her. So you must have been dancing since you were a kid, because girls.
I started when I was about 9.
Yeah.
I started late, but
Is that late?
It is
9?
late. Yeah, I started late, but I caught on very quickly. I was in the company, after 2 years of
So
dancing.
what kind of dancing are we talking then?
Jazz, ballet, tap, hip hop, point, modern dance.
Hold on, and then you would put on all those 5, 6, 7 genres of dance?
When I was in the company, I used to spend like 3 days a week at the studio for about 4 or 5 hours. And then I got into teaching. We would go competitions down to the U.S., across, Ontario and things like that.
Wow. Okay, so the idea of being a sports person and then taking that sport to another level is in your blood. So taking boxing that way, that's why it came to you so easily. It's choreography.
Yeah, I guess so, to a certain extent, and performance, right?
Right, exactly. Well, you
Once
can
you're
call
in front
it
of
the
the
show.
audience,
We talked to one of your trainers here, Dom, who I also know from Out There with Melissa DeMarco on Saturdays at 7 and 7:30. But we were talking to him, and he calls it, you're on the card, you're on the ticket, you're on the show. The second you call something a show, you have to know you're in entertainment.
Right.
But does that take away from the sport? I mean, I don't play baseball for a living, and I don't play hockey for a living, and I don't box for a living, but I think I'm an athlete, and they're saying, no, man, you're just you're a talking monkey. Get out there and hit the ball. So there has to be that cross line of the sport and the art, and the entertainment factor is just entertainment.
It's
We're
all
not,
part of it, right? Well, how did boxing start? Really, right? Was for entertainment, no?
I don't actually. You know what? I really don't know. My father, he always used to talk about boxing. The little guys just beat the crap out of each other, and the big guys hardly throw a punch. So he always thought it's nice to watch little guys, little flyweight guys beating the crap out of each other, because they're really can't be really hurting each other because they're only throwing 110 pounds behind a punch.
We have a 122 pounder in the gym, and he hits like a rock. Everybody, like, he's hit some 140 pounders, 150 pounder, and they all say he hits hard. You have some small guys that just hit hard, especially going against other small guys
that don't hit as hard. Sure.
Right. So, power is relative, and how hard one hits is also has to do with timing of a shot.
Yeah, no, I want where I was trying to get to is that when it all started, there wasn't something called footwork. There was no footwork at all. It was just it was almost like a punch and defend. Right. I don't even know what to do.
Sorry, you can't
both
see
of us,
that.
exactly. Both of us did exactly the same motion.
Right.
We both put our arms up with our elbows towards our thing, and it's like we're doing like pedaling with our arms.
The old school way,
yeah,
right?
It was because there was no footwork. There was no dancing. There was no trying
Muhammad
to.
Ali really kind of brought that in.
Who do you think?
Muhammad Ali, I'd say, brought the footwork in to the
Really?
game. Yeah, well, I mean, that was...
I thought Sugar, because he got 2 or 3 guys that are during his life that big guys just stood there and took it, and that's what I don't really understand about boxing so far. Because there's really no block. There's guard. There's
block.
Is there? Because
there's block. I mean,
so
it all depends where you train, I guess, right?
Well, at this point, it sounds like it's mostly you're supposed to take the shot.
No, don't get hit is the name of the game.
No, don't
take
get
the
hit.
shot.
I can duck, I can weave, I can bob, and then you can guard.
Block. But yeah, you could guard and block for sure.
See, I didn't know there was a block. So far, no one's taught me the block. Like, there's no... It's like if someone wants to hit you in the head, you block your head.
Yes.
Not in karate where you would then upper block.
Yeah, you wouldn't upper block.
Why can't you do that in boxing?
Well, you're leaving your body totally exposed to getting
But I'm not getting hit in the face. I mean...
It all depends where you want to take it, I guess.
See, I don't... See, again, I'm not even a novice. What's below novice? So I'm just...
Beginner.
Yeah, clearly a beginner. Even though I've had a bag since I was 12 years old to punch, and I've always used training gloves. My hands are really interesting. I can punch brick walls because I didn't know
I don't do that too often.
Why? No, I don't do it out of frustration. I do it out of roughing up my knuckles.
Yeah, okay. I understand that.
Yeah. Because I didn't know that was a skill. Being able to hit something as hard as you possibly could and it didn't hurt your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you really hitting it as hard as you possibly can?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's like, because I've been hitting, as I said, with training gloves, a 75-pound bag since I was a kid, since I was 11 or 12. And from that, it just, it didn't matter anymore. And you don't know you're hitting hard until a really big guy comes at you and you hit him and he falls down. And why'd you fall down?
Good, eh?
No, it didn't actually, because I didn't
Were you in a ring?
No, he was coming at me.
Yeah.
He was
leave it in the ring.
No, there's no ring. I didn't know there was a ring for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We went through a whole gamut of emotions with this club. I mean, not only are there 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds walking around and seeing other people defending, hitting, and getting hit, and this is a positive energy of you releasing it in the ring, in the gym. And then you called it psychology, where you're getting to release that energy in the proper place, where you're not on the where the swing sets are, running at your friend, trying to get out that frustration. So there are children that are being introduced to your club that are having this energy that needs to be released, and that's why they've come. And this seems to be a good outlet.
And some of them are here just for sport. Their parents might want them to go to the Olympics, so they start them off early. And
how early is too early then?
Well, our 2.5-year-old puts on the gloves the first thing he asks for when he comes in the gym is, "Mommy, gloves? Where's my gloves?" Puts them on, takes his shirt off now because the pros are in the gym. He sees them all take their shirt off. And he comes and hits, the bag right there, the Everlast bag in the front lobby. I have pictures and videos of him.
Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, you're definitely an online savvy person now.
He's, so how old can you start? It depends on the child. I mean, we wouldn't take anybody's child at 2.5. We'd have to stay with them.
Right.
But about 5 or 6, if they can last the hour in the youth class twice a week at 6 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays, we'll try them out. If they could, if they're there and they're focused for that hour, why not?
Right. Okay. So, but the parents have to stay for the 5, 6-year-olds, right? You're not
for
taking
the first few weeks, yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to make sure they're okay. Right after that, they wouldn't have to stay, but a lot of parents do stay to watch, which is cool.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it also helps them develop that capability of performance because there's always people in there watching them, and they're not in there working out; they're just there watching. So it helps from that young age build that, like we were saying, you have to perform. And one thing with performance is being comfortable in front of an audience.
Right, and you do have friends and family nights, Saturday nights, once in a while when the world isn't boxing outside of the world. You just came back from Jamaica, and before that you were in another foreign land. And
Jamaica.
Oh, was it Jamaican twice?
Jamaica twice, and my husband was in Colombia in between.
Colombia, okay, that was
Yeah,
I saw
so
it posted. Okay,
We
so
came from Jamaica. He flew to Colombia, and then he was home for like 4 days, and we flew back out to Jamaica again. It was all for boxing.
right, I saw here in recently at the Powerade Center, you were in the corner. So I didn't know 100%. Like, is she the cut man? Like, what the heck's she doing there?
Well, I'm not really a man, but yes, I'm the cut
person. Oh wow!
I do the cuts for the pros in the gym here.
Is that right?
Yep.
I didn't know
Yep.
because there was 3 people that walked in. It was your husband, you, and another person who I didn't recognize from a great distance because I was up in the stands. But there's 3 of you.
Jonathan James, bodybuilder.
No
Jonathan
way.
James.
That was
he
him?
works the corner with Kane with us. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's his gig other than punch the other guy in the face?
Kane or Jonathan?
Jonathan.
His gig is biceps.
No, yeah, he's a big man. But what
So
does he do in the corner?
He helps in the corner, get the stool in, and if I need something from the cut bag or ice or whatever, we just work as a team together and make it as smooth as possible for Andrew to communicate to Kane during that minute.
And that's what you get. You get a minute between rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys look fairly focused. We really enjoyed watching it, and again, it was an evolution. I called the centers that have boxing, and I said, "Hi, I'd like to bring my children to watch a boxing match. Is there an age appropriate situation?" No, it's up to you, man.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
But guess what? No child seats. Like, if every seat costs the same amount of money, promoter doesn't care how old you are. Can you afford this?
Right. Yeah, some do. I mean, there are some amateurs that'll do like 12 and under free or
Oh yeah.
5 and under free. And
Well, see,
you know,
5 and under free. You're making a comment there. You're saying that this is like there's something being said where I'm trying to think.
the way I see it is it's like 5 and under, they'll sit on your lap. They don't really need a chair.
Right.
So that's
Oh, you're thinking airplane type scenario.
kind of, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Not so
they're not
much like
sitting
bring
a
your
lot.
5-year-old in here because we wanted to
Beat people up in front of
boxing.
Again, it's a sport. It's an entertainment. It's good for the cardio. It's good for the mind, the soul. So it has all these attributes, and gladly, this all happened through, again, out there at the Dom, who brought it forth, saying that I'm wrong. As I said, my father just said it's 2 people getting into him and brutally just beating each other
man,
up.
there's a
No,
skill
there's
to it
skill
for
set.
sure, yeah.
No, there
Hit
is
and don't get
complete
hit
skill
is the
set.
main name of the game, right? So
Yeah.
to be able to train effectively enough to be in there, like Kane just fought in Niagara Falls last weekend and unscathed, got a little headbutt, so he had a little mouse on his eye, but other than that, he came out unscathed because of his defensive skills.
Yeah,
As well
his
as the
guarding,
offense, right?
his guarding and bobbing.
Making the guy miss, like
Right.
he was very slick. He's fighting again August 19th, so you can catch that action
where's
at
that?
Powerade Center again.
Powerade Center.
Yeah,
Okay, and
Samuel Vargas is the main event.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
that's happening August 17th,
19th.
19th. Okay, so we'll post that and we'll put the link up on the site for that. And anybody else from your gym going out that way?
Andrew's been working with Sam Vargas as well. And
Oh, so Sam's in here.
he trains downtown, but he comes to work with Andrew a couple days a week.
That's interesting.
And his
So
coach, Billy
two-
Briscoe, is
Billy
from,
Briscoe's is his coach from Toronto.
from Philadelphia.
Now I'm confused. Thank you
So
for that.
a lot of the times the boxers will have like a chief that come in like a week or 2 before the fight.
A chief is still a coach,
chief
though.
Coach, yeah.
A chief coach.
Yeah, more the game plan behind it, and then Andrew does more of the physical work in between the camps and leading up to the fight. And then Andrew and Billy will come together. They'll talk about the game plan and execute that with Sam.
Okay, so I'm going to go with, this is why I have this show. It's explained to like a 5-year-old. You use 2 words that don't mean anything to anybody, because when you go to camp, there's canoeing, there's swimming. But camp, I'm assuming, is a physio camp or a
Training camp.
training camp, but they're all different. Like, you can go to this one to learn new moves. You go to this camp to learn defense. You go to this camp, or is it all one?
It's one camp leading up to a fight.
So when you call it a camp, it's saying I'm going to be at a strict sort of diet. I'm going to be.
Correct.
So the word camp, because going to the show confused me a lot now, which means you're on the card, which means you're fighting, and you qualified. which I went to a qualifier where you had to go into a
Not with
weigh-in.
the pros.
You have to still have to qualify
Oh,
your
you
weight,
have to
right?
weigh in. Yeah, you have
isn't
to
that, isn't
weigh
that part
in.
of qualification?
I guess so. Yeah.
That's one of the
Well,
criteria.
I guess you gotta.
You
know,
came in at 275 pounds,
it's not
and you
gonna
think
work
you're a
this
lightweight.
time.
Yeah, you lay off the
So,
pizza
yeah, they
rings.
do their medicals and their weigh-ins in the morning.
Medical. See, there's two things now. So now you have to have a medical to make sure you.
Are fit to box.
They look at your eyes, make sure you're not concussed. You can't be popped up on opiates. I'm assuming. No.
Hope not.
Well, the whole point is if you don't feel the pain, you can move on forward and keep continuing a fight
true,
you
yeah,
couldn't
for
do.
sure.
So does the medical exam stop? Because in the world of sports, not much entertainment. Entertainment is more for recreational. But my point is it still is there a problem in this industry like there is in the biking industry? When I mean biking, a pedal bike and baseball, there's certain attributes that come
Oh,
to.
right on, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I could use the word juice in front of my kids because they understand
I mean, if
steroid.
you're looking at percentiles, I don't think there's as many boxers that have been caught with.
You're going to get caught, but is it a problem? Is that what part of the medical is?
No, because steroids can't really help you in boxing. Like,
Take more hits.
I don't know.
Isn't that the point, though? Because if you can take standing, look like you take the hits, you don't get the same points. If
Not
my
really.
Head,
I mean, at
if
the
my
end of
head
the-
shoots back on a hit and I just get hit, is it the
If
same
I land a
points?
body shot at the perfect time when you're breathing, it
Yeah.
no matter what you're taking, you're going down.
You're going
you know what I
down.
mean? So
I don't, but I want
I
to.
mean, all in all,
Breathe. Whack.
things can help you go forward and alleviate some of the pain and stuff. But at the end of the day, if the shot is timed right,
I don't. That's the best. Okay, so we're saying this is a sport where you can get a trainer, a chief trainer, someone to put you into a camp, and if you want to take this seriously, Huff Gym can take you there.
definitely.
Okay, so it is still the baby step of showing up, signing up for. You have to evaluate the person. I'm assuming.
Well, we usually say to put 6 months to a year aside of training before you even think about your first fight. Come in, start with the classes. We kind of assess from there. You might want to sign up for the sparring program.
Sparring program, but
Get
that
your
means
medical done. You have to get licensed.
right. And how much is the licensing now in Ontario for
over and
licensing?
above the membership costs of the gym? You're looking at $100 for the year for someone that's 19 or older, and then 18 and under is about $90 for the year.
Interesting.
We're with Boxing Ontario.
And that's good for all of Ontario.
Within Boxing Ontario and within Canada, you can compete, and even in the States, we bring some of our fighters down to bordering states.
But
to
we're
fight.
talking I'm talking sparring only because we're talking about that first
sparring
year.
only. Yeah, no, we have clubs coming down next week to spar, so we do some interclub sparring with other members of Boxing.
And
Ontario
again,
as well.
that's the learn to fight in front of a crowd because that's part of the performance part of the show.
Yeah, and having someone different. If you're always sparring the guys from your gym, you got to have other people in there. It gives you that anxiety of another gym coming in, and the nervousness gets in there for the fighter, so they kind of get to go through what they're going to go through in their first fight, and it's a level of testing for us, right, to see how our fighters perform against another gym.
Right. Okay. And so this might sound really. Do you take everybody on?
No.
No. Because everyone might. So if someone doesn't have the chops, you'll be very quick to say you might not want it. This might
Not
not be.
necessarily chops. The skills are very important too, right?
That's what I mean.
So we have our team roster, and everybody's at a different level. Some of them are just beginning to spar. Some of them are ready to spar with other clubs, and some of them are ready to fight.
Now, what I like about that is that all three of those gentlemen or ladies would be in the same training class. They would not when they're in camp, but when they're in class, we can all come in and hit the bag at the same
Correct.
time.
Yeah.
Which is nice, and each person working at their own level. Because when I was in here, my second time coming in, my third coming, and all I was trying to do was keep my guard up. That was about it. Because it wasn't Andrew.
Kane?
No, but Kane was the one. Abdullah was the coach, and he was just trying to make sure I was always turning from the hips. And he said, "You're not bringing back your guard, even though it feels like after every punch I was touching my own forehead." He goes, "You know, you're not." I'm pretty sure I am, man. Stop lying to me. And on my third day here, there was a kid in the corner hitting the bag so hard that the bag was cut.
On an angle?
It does that. No, it
Folded.
It folded
Right on.
And he just kept folding the bag. I'm pretty sure that he's doing something different than I'm doing right now. And then
Or maybe it was just the bag.
yeah, well, and that's true. You have some serious heavy bags in there. What are they filled with concrete? And others ones are on
No,
springs.
they're not that hard.
No, there's some that are harder than others. Is what I'm saying. Some are leather. Some are meant for different positions.
Some are water filled.
I did not know that. Is that big blimp water filled?
Yes,
Is
yeah,
that why
the
it feels like
teardrop
that?
looking one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did not
yeah.
know that, but because it feels great on the hands,
Right.
you don't need the gloves on that one. Even though you recommend bringing gloves, bringing wraps. I personally come as a complete mummy. I wrap my knees, my elbows, my neck, but it's hard to breathe when you wrap your neck. I find. Yeah, I know it's a joke, but it's I really
Wraps are mandatory for the classics, though.
yes. So I wrap it all the way up to my nose. So I'm a big fan of the wrap. Someone was telling me it's to stop for bleeding, but I don't see that as. Yeah, I know. But that's how it was explained to me. But as I said, because I was a kid my whole life using trainer gloves hitting a 75-pound bag, I didn't understand, and I never wrapped. Wrapping isn't a part of Taekwondo. At least it wasn't when I started. It was, and the training pads that's what it was for. Now you can actually buy gloves.
The hand wrap really reinforces the wrist and the thumb area, right?
That I didn't know, and so that's why you're supposed to go up the wrist and around the thumb.
Yeah, and helps protect all the little bones in the hand. More so when you get into sparring, you know, when you're hitting skull, when you're fighting and
that's
stuff.
right.
But on the bag, definitely the wrist and the thumb should be reinforced.
Well, the bones, by the way, that are ridiculous are in your wrist. Like I want to say 117. It's some kind of crazy numbers, so it's really important for the wrist. I don't even think there's any bones in the hand. I think, sorry, not bones. Because there's no musculature in the it's all cartilage and ligaments.
Muscles.
No, they're just ligaments in the fingers. That's the weird part about the hand. There's your muscle there. Ligaments pull from here, and this is why
it's a muscle
you're
in your
so.
hand, but
No, the muscle in the hand it's from here. It's ligaments.
that's still your hand, though.
But there's no
You
muscle
can't see
here.
what we're talking about.
No,
right
I'm
now,
holding up my hand saying there's no muscle here. It's just ligaments, fat, and cartilage. And then here's is bone and ligaments and blood. You're
gonna have to get visual for the audience.
No, I'm pretty
They
sure
can't
everyone
see
knows what
right
your hand
now.
looks like. Put it in front of an X-ray machine, which we all have hanging around the house.
Right.
You know, you call it a cell phone. Pretty sure there's an app for that.
It's too funny.
You just take a picture of your head.
We're at ringside. We're just gonna see if this is broken right now with our cell phone.
Oh man! Well, you're definitely actually in my world. You are a I'm gonna call it Port Credit, even though I don't know if I'm in Port Credit anymore.
It's Clarkson, isn't it?
I don't know where we are anymore.
We should Google that.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
might
at
want to figure out where we are, but we're right
We
at
are
Cawthra.
East of Cawthra.
Well, yeah,
on the
but
south side of Dundas.
don't
We're
go
actually
straight
right
into the
in-
Rona.
we're
Make that
in
left.
Between two zones in the city of Mississauga. I know that we're like right on the border of the
Right.
zones. So.
When I first saw you were at South Service Road, and I saw it all the time, come through, get a free boxing lesson, and my whole life, I'm in pain. I'm always in pain. And I was like, I really want to go. This is good exercise, but I can't lift my arms above my head. Interestingly, you don't actually lift your arms above your head here.
No, you
the
don't have to.
No, I know. You turn your body and do like this. So again, I tilted myself 45 degrees and then just threw a shot.
Threw it
But-
right
yeah,
hand.
threw
Overhand
a right
right.
hand. Overhand right, but you
Just
don't
like that
actually.
picture.
Yeah, the overhand right, I'm pretty sure is how you can knock anybody the hell out. Pretty sure.
It all depends how tough they are.
Yeah, I always wondered in boxing why people just don't throat shot, but that's another. Is it against the law?
To throw a shot?
Throw a guy a punch in the neck
In or outside of the ring?
in the ring.
Of course it's not against the law. That's what you're there to do.
Punch him in the throat.
Well, you can punch him in the throat. You can punch him. Yeah.
You can punch him in the throat.
Why not?
Well, because I'm wondering
It's
why
all part
people.
of the target area.
I assume that because that would be my go-to every time. Like, you punch a guy in the throat, there's not much going on after that. And
Right.
off the street, in the ring.
We'll put that in our repertoire.
Yeah. We call this the throat punch. So you had the sign big there, Huff Gym, 1 free lesson. So it's coming in to meet the people in the gym, and basically after you experience it, you have a full gym to exercise, as Dom said, as an athlete, as a boxer, to show the exercise that will increase your skill at the bag and then in the ring. That's
Yep.
the goal here, right?
Yeah, I mean, and just
The thing we never talked about was kickboxing, because I never actually been to a class or seen a class.
kickboxing is 3 times a week with Eric, and it's K1 style, Kaikushin. It's a serious workout. It's a good workout if you're looking for next level.
But you have to be able to kick above your waist, right?
No, we have some long bags, and a lot of the Kaikushin as well. They do kick in the thighs and the calf area, so
I've seen
they do
that.
some low kicks.
I've seen some crazy.
Yeah, but we have longer bags, so you don't have to be able to lift your leg up to your hip. Not totally necessary, not unless you're fighting, But if you're doing it just for a workout and fitness, any level can come in and try it.
Right, but I guess I want to say that. So that man's name, is he a relation?
Eric?
Yeah.
He's relation in the fact that him and my husband started together with Kangaroo Kickboxing. That was the name of their gym.
Oh, it's in their gym.
So
Okay,
that
so
was
it's
the
not an
name of
actual
it.
style.
They started together, and Eric and Andrew have basically worked together ever since then, and we're going on a lot of years.
Okay, so he's like family, which
Yes.
is this extended family, and that's
Exactly.
how he gets there. Well, because it doesn't say one free kickboxing lesson on the
You
sign.
can come for free kickboxing.
But it didn't say that on the sign.
This is true.
No, so I didn't know that that's part of the, and I also didn't know it was a full gym. Like that wasn't
Weight
really
training and
yes.
cardiovascular equipment.
The
and
whole
all that
thing. You
free
come in here, you got
weights,
every
machines.
machine you've ever seen anywhere, and
And
the
very
best
good
part is
quality
you don't.
machines.
Yeah, and you don't think you're gonna be ruining them because clearly Rocky Balboa has been working out on these damn things, so you feel you can push yourself to it, and not feel you're gonna. I don't want to break it. I don't think you can.
No, it's not. It's sometimes it's nice to hire a personal trainer as well for a couple sessions when you first start, just to get the gist of how things work. It is important that the seats are set up properly according to your height and things like that.
Okay, so but the person. Okay, so a personal tour is what you would like to give every single person that comes into the gym.
A tour, yeah, everybody looks around and stuff, but a personal trainer. So if you signed up, I always recommend for someone maybe to do like one session a week for a month. And then they would come in and work with the trainer, and then they would come in their next day and try it on their own. And then they would work with the trainer the next day by themselves. So for a month, they're getting used on how to set up the equipment.
It's the how, not the
properly.
motivation. See, some
The
people say.
motivation too. I mean, once you experience that, you realize like, wow, what a better workout I got with the trainer. Like I'm doing it by myself, but the trainer got me through those 2 or 3 more.
Right.
So, but just for ease of using the machines properly, setting them up properly, just knowing how they work
Right.
and things like that, it's kind of good to hire a trainer for 4 or 5 sessions is good to start, and you do it once a week.
Right.
Now, if you want to get in shape to the next level, you hire a trainer twice a week, 3 times a week, and you have them take you through the paces. Your body will change very quickly.
Yeah, no, understandably, especially if you're eating properly as well. So, but that's another level of health.
The level, not hell.
Well, health.
Health, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no, you can't have health without hell. But
No pain, no gain.
yeah, gotta heal. That's part of this. That's the root word, heal, for your health. So that's what I liked about your facility, of course, and which I've only brushed on it, is that you have co-ed classes where. So my wife and I turned it into a date night.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right, and so that's what the promotion was, and then from that, all the feedback I got from everyone was like, yeah, physical couples seem to stay together and be healthy and happy together. So I guess it could also rip 2 people apart. One guy's getting super healthy, and the other person just sitting at home going, "You're missing Big Bang Theory. This is a good one this week." That seems to be part of the problem too, because you said you had some great ideas, maybe having a date night here, or having singles come in, having a singles night. That was a pitch you said. It's an idea.
We've had a lot of people meet in the gym and go on and get married.
Yeah, so you thought, why not?
You
And
never know.
and in my religion, it's a mitzvah to get 2 people together. It's a good deed that can never repay you for misery enjoys company is what I always say, but that's because I've been married 106 times. That's because I like to be married. I like marriage. So here at Huff Gym, which is named for you and your family, and it's completely a family business now, right? You all are teachers? You all stand in front of the class and
No.
teach? So you do, Andrew does.
Teresa does. She runs our 6:15 a.m. classes.
Wow, my wife
She'll
and I are going to
rip
come
you
into
through
that.
the paces, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, I actually stop work. Like I come home at 6 o'clock, so I'd be working out and going to bed.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of like the
yeah.
person that comes in at 7 p.m., right? They come in from work.
No, I'm
work
saying
out.
I think I could pull. I think that might
You
be.
should try that.
Yeah. So the wife and I might be pulling that off because
That's cool.
it's hard. It's hard, to work all day, and to be physically working all day and then go work out. That's hard for her.
You
She
will
did it for
find, though, once
months.
you start doing it, you start to feel better every day.
Yeah.
So it becomes easier. It's getting over the initial 2 to 3 weeks.
No, and I'm talking about your classes starting at 6 or Thursday. It was Tuesday or Thursday for nighttime. At the time, it was at 7 or 9
p.m.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're working until 7, you got to go to the 9 o'clock class, and if you're working until 6, you can go to 7 o'clock class. But if you're one of the regular people in the world who works 9 to 5, both 7 and 9 is you got to eat. But I wouldn't eat too much. We made a mistake. We ate and then tried to work out. Both of us. You can't do it's called a plank, folks. And if you have had any food, I don't care if it was good for you or not, it's coming back. It's going to see the light of day the wrong way.
I've seen that too many times.
Yeah. So you have to be willing to come into the
Like-
idea. Yeah. So when people come in now, what through the Palmcast, because let's call this the clip that we're going to be shooting it out there with the www and go to my site and click on it. So they have to make an appointment. They should make an appointment so they can get a proper tour.
Yeah, I mean, if they just come in to do class, there might be like last night there was about 10 people at the desk, so we showed 3 different groups of people around together.
See, that's great.
So
So
if
you are making to call in to put yourself as a part of one of the people to get the tour.
Yeah, or
Right.
just they could just walk through the door. Someone's always here.
All right, and so what are the Palmcasts? What are the deals? What are the deals that they can get through this particular cast? So we launch this. We know this is how they got that information. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so you mention the Palmcast, and you'll get a week for free.
A week.
Not just a day.
Now here's the thing. I got confused with that. Is it's a week of the facility or a week of the classes?
Both.
Both. See, so it's
Yeah,
a full workout facility. They have 4 rings. Now you can't get into the ring unless you have your license, but you are allowed to beat the
you can
crap
get
out of.
into the
You're allowed to
ring.
beat the crap out
You
of
can
somebody
walk
who
into the
has
ring.
their license and says, "No, man, go ahead, hit me."
That's part of the class.
That's part of the classes. The guy says, "Go ahead, hit me," and you're like, "I can hit you," because I thought I had to pay money to hit a human being. He goes, "No. I've paid my money. You're hitting me. I can't hit you." They're like, "Oh, so you're not actually getting paid to hit. You're getting paid to be hit."
And why not?
That's what you're getting paid for.
Well, they're learning through that as well, right? So, but it does bring the class to another level to be to go in the ring and experience
Yeah.
whether it's sparring or sometimes doing hand pads with a coach.
Hand pats with the coach. Is that what they're talking about? The pads?
Yes, yeah,
Hand pats. I don't think I've ever heard that in my life.
pads.
Oh, hand pads. That's
Pads,
what. That
hand
sounds
pads.
better. Hand pats. I never heard hand pads.
You could call them a pad, I guess, kind of like playing patty cakes.
Okay, so you can also go to your website to find out the other times and location. Not location.
Oh, you're prophesying
yeah,
right now.
I wish
there
I
you
could,
go.
Yeah, from my mouth to God's ears. So, other locations and other times, which by locations I mean in the main ring, in the other side. Because as I said, there's 4 rings here, so many things could be happening at the same time. And then there is, when you sign up as member, there's membership, friends and family night. So it gives you an opportunity to be part, to see.
Come in, watch the fighters work
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Not only work out, there's the weigh-in, and there was also sometimes, as you said, other clubs come in and box, which makes it nice because then you say your home club's fighting, so then it gives you someone to root for.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one to root for if everyone's in your own club. You just kind of feel bad because there's 2 friends fighting. I hope you
pick
both.
a color. Always pick a color.
No, but see, I hope
Red
you both
or
have.
blue. Cheer them on.
See, I'm a fan of just. I hope you both have good, safe fights and have
So
a good.
just say it's a 3-minute rounds. For a minute and a half, you cheer for one guy. A minute and a half, you cheer for the other guy.
Can't you just cheer for a good fight?
Of course.
I really enjoy 2 fighters. I think I've never seen it in boxing, but I haven't watched enough boxing. But when MMA, when the one guy gets a good shot in and literally just does something to the other guy where he's like, holy, that just rocked my world. He'll come over to the guy and give him a high five. Like, that was a good one, man.
You took a good shot.
Yeah, you did that, man. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good side. Do boxers pull that off when someone
Normally
pulls?
at the end of the fight, you always
You
see
have to
2
hold.
boxers
So
hug.
it's a head game all the way right up to the end. Not 2 guys knowing that. MMA is a different day. Boxing, I always felt it was. You have to know how to throw a punch for sure, but you have to know how to get out of the way, and have to be able to take it. Where in MMA, it's almost like you want it to be a 60-second fight. You want to bring the guy down to the ground and grapple, which wrestling, put the guy into some kind of hold. Holding is a negative. It's a flag on the play here. You cannot hold
you're not
anybody,
allowed to
not
hold.
even for a second. No
Nobody wants to
dancing.
watch people hold each other. You can't watch a fight.
See, that's why. So you don't like MMA in that fashion because more women. Well, not now. There's more women strikers in MMA.
I like watching the art of pugilism. Yeah,
you like striking.
Yeah.
straight up striking. And so what about kickboxing, your buddy?
Oh, I like watching kickboxing as well.
There's something about that?
It's next level danger. A shin bone to the head is a shin bone to the head.
That's
you know?
crazy.
So
Have you ever shin boned?
I did. I did kickbox. I started kickboxing with my dance background.
Right.
Andrew recommended I start kickboxing to increase my flexibility and my conditioning, and that's what I did. I was using it more as a cross training to start, and I got into kickboxing. Kickboxing wasn't as big then than it was now. There was no amateur association within the province. There is now. So we just used to like go and fight. There was no record keeping and any of that. You just went.
How
and
blood
fought.
sport are you?
So-
Okay, so that's a little blood sport. So, but you would then have two guys who then would pay for their actual sparring license, so they were allowed to take a punch.
In kickboxing or boxing?
What you would think they're boxers first, and they just
Right.
happen to throw kicks.
Yeah, it's good to have some good pugilism behind you.
Yeah.
Before you start kickboxing. But yeah, you get a license, you start sparring.
You can't hold in kickboxing either, right? There's no.
It depends on the style.
So there are because I've seen that.
Yeah, like the Muay Thai,
Yeah,
there's a little bit more holding in
that
Muay
is
Thai.
holding. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
straight up lock.
Right. So it depends on the style there. But when it comes to viewership, I would definitely prefer to watch a good boxing match. I actually prefer to watch a bad boxing match over a good MMA fight.
No, I understand that you don't want
Right.
two guys hugging. I got it. Doesn't do it for you. So, so that's interesting. Is there different styles of boxing then? Because
Sure.
no. Okay, so that's so. But you then really? So in Europe they have European boxing, and
Right.
so they have different rules.
Not rules, you know.
So what
there's
changes?
No slapping, no hitting behind the head, no low blows. All the rules are the same,
Okay.
but the style, like we were talking about footwork,
Yeah.
a guy that stands there toe to toe. You got your Mexicans, they like to stand there and fight. Your Europeans like to use their footwork and the longer arms. So yeah, there's definitely different styles of fighting for sure, boxing.
Okay, but they don't get their own club. Like the long arm guys get together and get the. This is the long arm
But
fight.
you do see certain trainers will pass down certain styles. Certain clubs have a certain style because of the trainer that is training them, for sure.
All I've got out of that is that we got style, skill, but it's not criteria to the sport. We have boxing, and all they've done for you is said, you have to be between this weight and that weight, and you can come into the ring and fight.
Yeah, and then you have
qualify.
age. In the
Age?
amateurs,
So a
in the
55.
amateurs, you have three criteria to match, right? You have age, weight, and experience.
So it's almost like to sit in the front seat of your car. You gotta
Call shotgun.
You need three things. Three things. So what were those three things again?
Age,
Okay.
weight,
Yeah.
and experience.
Okay. So how far in age can two people be? Because George Foreman can't kick the crap out of the new
Well,
guy.
you have your junior A, B, and C. Well, now they have initiation boxing, so they start them at, 8 years old? And then junior...
No, so hold on. So is it for 12 months? 8-year-olds can only fight 8-year-olds?
Well, it depends on the category. So you have, like, junior A is basically 2 years of age group.
Okay.
Then your next junior B is another 2 years. You can fight between age groups within a certain criteria as well on a club show.
So what's the craziest age difference can you
Well,
get?
before those rules came into place or now? Some crazy things
See,
when I started boxing.
Right. No, my favorite MMA, if we're going to go backwards just before we go forward, is this little guy from Brazil fighting a guy named King Kong. The guy came in 500 pounds, and this little guy from Brazil choked him out.
That's a next level.
That was UFC. That was UFC 3.
Weight
It's crazy.
categories, again, if it's a tournament, you have your specific like Olympic weight categories, and then when you're on a club show, you can fight within weight categories. Depending on the category, there's a certain allowance of kilos that's permitted.
Okay. So, but I'm really worried about the age. So, what is it now? What's the
So
most?
the age, I mean, basically 24 months, 2 years.
Really?
Unless you're over 19, you fight anybody up till 40 years old, and then over
Hold on.
40, it's a
we're saying
5-year.
21 years of age can be now the difference between two fighters in the ring at the same weight.
Pardon me.
21 years. A 19-year-old and a
Can fight it.
40-year-old could fight.
Oh well, 39-year-old. Because 40
So
now
20
you're
so
the
it's 20. So
master,
it's not
so
20.
it has to be within
So
5 years.
it's now 20 years. 20 years age difference. Two
Yes.
guys walking into the ring. When was the last time you saw a fight like that? 20 years difference. A real
Not
fight.
totally 20, be 19 years. 20 wouldn't be totally allowed. But I haven't seen that much of an age gap. You usually see, anywhere from like.
I think I'd pay to see that. That's what I'm trying to think.
I'll make
'Cause
sure
you know
I
what
try
I'm
and
talking
set that up then.
about? You know what I mean? Like you got a guy. Got to have this guy who comes back. He has to actually be kind of a winner.
Yeah,
Coming
usually
back,
by
have a
that
guy
age
that-
they've gone into the pros though, right? Like after the amateurs.
No, but just like
Unless
a guy
it's someone
who's
that's like a one-hit wonder or is doing a bucket list.
no, but if you're capable. How many rounds is the master class? Right? How
3
many?
rounds.
That's it.
In amateurs, yeah, 3 rounds.
No, I don't want to. No, in the
And it's only a
Masters,
minute.
in the show, in the Masters,
pros.
yeah, man.
It depends on where you're starting. If you're just coming into your pro career, you're only fighting 4 rounds. Then you go up to 6 rounds, 8 rounds.
How big
then
can we
10
go?
12 rounds is the max for a title fight, right?
That's what I don't know. Oh wait, this is a
be
question. This
15
is a
rounds.
Q&A, my friend. If you think I know,
15 rounds.
now that's actually what I thought it was because
No,
of
well,
Rocky
you're back
Balboa.
in the day, right?
I
But
pay
yeah,
the
no, it
fool.
used to
I
be.
pay the fool.
It used to be 15, but now it's only 12 rounds is the max for a title
Right.
fight.
So my point is, if a guy who's not fighting professionally was capable of going 15 rounds, that means you're in a certain level of cardiovascular, you're a certain level of health, and now you're 39 years old, and some 19-year-old says, "Oh, I can do it." Have you ever done it before? No, but I'm pretty sure I can do it. I've trained. So his first time into a guy, but you think he's the guy who should be able to take a title at some point, and this guy's like, you're going to try and last 15 rounds? Because that's all he wants to
they
do.
wouldn't be fighting at 15 rounds in the amateurs, though.
No, he's not an amateur. This has got to be, so he can only fight 4 rounds the first time.
Yeah.
His first pro step in.
Unless you're in some
And-
kind of
and that's
crazy-
like a
under
walk in the park.
Some crazy commissioner.
Yeah, but that's a
They
walk
let
in
you
the
do
park
15
for the
rounds.
39-year-old because he can do 15 rounds in his sleep. So he'll do the 4 rounds. All he has to do is stand up for 4 rounds. Now it's a decision. This guy's got to do something. That's an interesting fight.
It would be, I guess. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, me too. See, now there's 2 of us. But I'm just coming as a layman coming out. Like seeing 2
don't
girls
usually
box
see that,
was
though.
interesting. The show that you set up at the Powerade Center was
Oh,
2.
I didn't set that up. That was Lee Baxter Promotions.
Well, you guys got to be intertwined somehow.
We are,
'cause
yeah. So he manages Kane and Samuel.
There you go. The 2 guys that
He's
we're always going
promoter.
through. Yes, he's
Yeah.
the promoter of the fights up.
Yeah,
So
he's
that
also
Powerade-
promoting July 21st at the Danforth Music Hall.
Oh, I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
that listed. So I'll put that link up as well.
Right on.
Yeah. So and you should have it on your website as well.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, which I'd like to help with,
I'm
which is
getting
part
there.
of this, the digital component that I can actually do that for you as well.
Right on.
Yeah, no problems. So that's part of this conversation that I do digital component. I do online content. So any of these clips that I let out, you go, can you give me that clip that you said that? I can then send that out to you so you can then put it out to your friends on your Facebook site.
Cool.
And just share the link that I send to you. We'll make a link with the kids, doing a little advertising, talking to the people who are supporting supporters, which is what this is about. And we have been live from my bedroom at Huff Gym. And as you can hear, people in the background are working out. There's 4 rings in the back. If you visit our site or their site and come in, please make an appointment so you can get the proper tour, walk around. And you get a week. Not 1 day, but a week of using the facility. So please come
You
on in.
have to mention that you heard the show, though.
Yes, you got to mention Palmcast
If you
Network.
just say, "Hey, I heard I get a week free," you
No,
will not get it.
no. You had to have heard that on the show.
Yes.
And please, share and support, like and share. That's how this works. So, thank you very much for your time. Is there anything that you want to tell people that you're working on or doing something special that I should be promoting that I've missed? Because you work with the government. I saw that you were supporting a charity.
Oh yeah, we just took a few weeks ago. We were with Carolyn Parrish doing the Milk Fund.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2017, Dom fought on that card. We had 3 fights on that card, and we like to support our community and help out that way too. So
Right, we got to get the community in here to support. That's
Right on.
that's the point. This is the full circle. B1. So thank you very much. My kids say thank you. What do we say? Yeah, we
Thank
do.
you.
Yeah, we learned a lot, and we can't wait to come back as members, hopefully, here and keep working out and keep it going. It's harder in the summer because we got the kids and going outside.
we got
and,
the air on,
Yeah,
but sometimes we don't. We open up the back doors.
I've
which
never
is
been
nice.
to the backyard. Do you have a couple of stand-free bags in the back so we can
No,
have some
none
outside
of that.
kick in?
Too many big trucks riding around. But we open up our big garage doors.
Right.
And
You
can
know,
see
it feels
train
like-
go
yeah.
by. It's like that real old school boxy field. Train starts going by. It's
Yeah,
a
right.
cool atmosphere.
Okay, yeah, and you're now open from 6:15
6
till
a.m. we open
Wow.
up until 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Right. So
6
you
to
can-
10 on Fridays. And on the weekends, we're open from 9 to 6 on Saturdays and 9 to 2 on Sundays.
You can always find a time to get out here and do some work. Well, thank you very much again for your
Right
time. I
on.
do want to talk to your sister pertaining to a whole nother aspect
Well, you
of what's
definitely
going
got to
on
make
here.
an appointment to do that. She's a busy lady.
I see that she's working here just in the BG behind you. Also, I know she was having just recently she had some form of event that she was working on. She was getting ready-
Bodybuilding, yeah. Her and her husband both compete in bodybuilding.
Yeah, they just had it. They either were working on an event or an event coming up for them.
Jonathan just competed.
Okay.
Yeah,
And she was
I'm not
working
sure
on
when
something.
the next
She
one
she
is,
sent out some. It was like a month and a half ago. She was sending out pics of her progression
posing and stuff. Yeah.
And then also, I want to talk to Kane because after we saw the fight, we wanted to talk to him, but we couldn't, for the life of us, figure out the Powerade Center of how to get to where the boxers were after, because we didn't want to interview them before, because we didn't want to take them out of a. I don't know if there was a zone. I didn't, and so I asked before, saying after the fight, can we talk to you, win or lose? And everyone said yes, but we had no idea
How to find us.
how to find you guys.
We'll have to make sure you know that next
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, that would have been fun for the kids anyway. And for me, I really wanted to know how did that go because the girl cried in the ring. I want to throw that in there. I mean, talking to you straight to the face. I never seen a fighter cry ever in the history of watching.
Like during the fight or after the announcement?
That's funny. She's funny. No, she got punched in the back of the head twice.
That would hurt.
And then it happened a third time.
That would hurt.
And then she cried. The second time it happened, though, she went, really? The lady looked at her straight, really? You're going to hit me in the back of the head, really? Third
It's a fight,
time?
though, man. It
She
happens.
cried. She cried. I think the other lady won. The lady who made the other girl cry won. So what are we saying in the history of boxing?
It all depends on who the referee is, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, another aspect of that. Did you hear that?
You watched the Pacquiao fight on the weekend?
No,
Jeff Horn and Pacquiao? I mean, there were so
That's
many
the little-
fouls in that fight that weren't called.
that's the guy from Asia. The
Philippines, yeah.
That's in Asia.
It is Asia,
I
yeah.
pretty hope it's Asia. I'm going continents now because I'm just not sure of anything anymore.
But yeah, so I mean, those things need to be called, you know?
Yeah. Israel, by the way, Asia, but don't tell them. They don't know.
There you go.
They don't know they live in Asia. They're seeking Asian men. So, again, we got to talk to Kane about his fights coming up and his wins and losses. But I know he's training harder. I think he didn't make his weight in the
Oh,
fight that
no,
I
he
saw.
didn't in Powerade.
Yeah, and he told us a story online. I just didn't use it because when he said that you actually have to pay a percentage when that happens if you
get
end up
penalized
doing
if
winning.
you don't make your weight.
And it's a money thing going to the other fighter, and the other fighter has an opportunity to say no, I don't want to fight.
Correct.
I don't want to fight the guy, and nobody makes nothing.
The other fighter also has the opportunity to say, go make that weight, and you have 1 hour to make it, but you can only lose, I think it's 2% of your body weight within that hour. If you lose any more than that, the commission won't let you fight.
because they know you did something weird.
Well, it's safety, right? To lose that much weight so fast, it's just
All you
not-
can learn, all
it's
you
not
can lose is water weight. You're not going to cut
Well,
out a
that's the
hunk
thing,
of.
right? So now your brain, which is normally surrounded by fluid, doesn't have as much fluid. Then you're getting punched in the head, so now your skull is, brain is pounding off your skull.
I like how she keeps saying, like
You
like
know?
I've thought this
It should
through.
know. No, it's making weight could be dangerous. So thankfully they accepted the fight, and he didn't have to go lose any weight, and it's better that way.
Now, so
Yeah, he
those are the three things. But now, lastly, skill level. Meaning, I'm assuming you have to fill your card. You have to have so many amateur fights before they'll let you have.
Not necessarily.
Wow.
It depends on the person, I guess. I didn't have a very vast amateur experience before I went pro.
Right,
the
but we're not allowed to
commission-
ask you when that started because my son asked the question backwards. See, knowing how long you did something and not caring what year that was is more important.
Maybe people don't remember. So I guess
no, it's the same
almost been
cast.
about
It's the
20
same. Oh, don't do
almost
it.
20 years.
People know their math.
almost
Now- right.
20.
But then
years.
could the guy? The rules have changed. The rules have changed. So you need.
the rules have changed. When
So
I
how
got
many
into boxing,
amateur-
I used to see guys that were like 200 pounds fighting a guy that was like 140 in an
and I paid to see
exhibition
that.
match.
And I paid
In
to
an
see that.
exhibition match. I have my fingers up.
She's
quote
doing
unquote.
She's doing air quotes.
Yeah, exhibition. I seen some funny things, and then more rules started to come into play because there was injuries. So it's now you can only fight between this weight. You have to be between this age, this experience level. I've seen guys with 50 fights fight a guy with 5 fights.
Oh, so that can't happen.
Not anymore. No.
Okay, so
Not even an exhibition match.
So is it a card? So the word card means nothing to me. Another word that you threw out there. So
It's stable. Stable of fighters.
no, but card. Oh, the card is the fight, not me. Mine? I have a resume,
Well, you're a
like
fighter.
an actor. I have an acting resume, and I have
So
a, I have
you
a
got
fighting
record.
resume.
You have a record.
Oh, it's called a record.
Yeah, your
They treat
record.
you like a criminal.
How many wins, losses? Yeah.
They treat you like criminals in the boxing world. That's nice.
Your record would be how many fights you have. How
The
many
only
wins and
time I've ever
losses.
heard
That's
anybody
huge
talk about
fighting.
record. Does everyone have records in sports, though? Yeah, it is.
Sure.
And music.
There you go.
I got a nice record. All right. So we got to reach out to those three folks, and now John. I mean, Jonathan should probably reach out to as well, maybe with his wife. So because it is the same sport that they're in.
Bodybuilding, yes, different categories, but
Well,
same
yeah. Well,
sport.
boys don't go against girls.
Well, and then they have different categories.
No, I'm
They
asking.
have
That was a question.
big- no, not in not in boxing or bodybuilding. In training, you might have a.
You're saying, hold on, boys can't fight girls in boxing at the same weight, same experience, same everything? You're
Not
shaking.
on a card. Maybe in the gym. No, girls can't fight boys. And boys can't fight
and you
girls.
think that's fair because there's something different between the two of you.
Well, yeah, you look at a girl that's 14 years old versus a male that's 14 years old, and their strength and development could be very different.
It's true, but have you ever seen the lady that came from Finland?
Maybe it's something we need to work on.
I don't know. I have a question because that actually
Men are
sounds
just
wrong.
naturally stronger than women. Like, call me whatever you want to call me.
No, I don't know.
but
You see, coming from you,
for
you
me,
works. So
men-
you can say that.
Men are naturally stronger than women.
See,
That's-
I recently heard the lady, the tennis pro. She said she won the fight. She won the go against the tennis pro. She said that she won. No, she won the
Not
fight.
a punch in the face.
No, she wanted to go against a guy, and she went
that
against
story.
the 400th ranked man and lost.
There you go.
That's not good. But what's not good about that is that we need to own what you just said. We all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses. You can play, and you can play at your level. And boxing, as you just said, because it was interesting, A, B, C, and D. I mean, there's levels, so they're doing their best
To keep it as safe as possible.
because that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Because it was a free for all.
Basically.
400 King Kong, little man from India comes in, but he kicked his butt. The guy from Brazil just demolished him.
Skills pays the bills.
It does. All right. Again, once again, thank you from the Palmcast Network, and they're here at
700 Dundas Street East in Mississauga, Cawthra, and Dundas.
You heard the lady. See you here.
Yes, I signed my soul on the dotted line.